Good evening. I'm joined by our team as we bring you comprehensive coverage of today's top stories, both here and across the globe.
Top 20 global news headlines. Geopolitical and conflict. US envoy to meet Putin amid peace push for Ukraine. A US envoy is scheduled to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow following discussions with Ukrainian officials, as the White House expresses optimism about a potential peace deal despite continued wariness from Kyiv. 2. US-Venezuela tensions escalate over Caribbean boat strikes. Scrutiny is mounting over a US Navy strike on a vessel allegedly carrying drugs near Venezuela, with the White House defending the military order amid a major US military buildup in the region, and Venezuelan President Maduro rejecting a slaves' peace. 3. Russia claims capture of key city in Ukraine's Donetsk region. Russian forces claim to have captured the key hub of Pokrovsk, Donetsk Oblast, after months of heavy fighting. 4. US and Russia threats to resume nuclear testing raise global security fears. Statements from the US and Russia about potentially resuming nuclear tests after decades have heightened international security concerns. 5. Haitian gangs launch large-scale attacks. Armed gangs have launched major assaults in central Haiti, forcing hundreds to flee and increasing police estimates that gangs now control 50% of the Artibonite region. Disasters and humanitarian crisis. 6. Catastrophic floods ravage Asia. Death toll passes 1,200. Devastating floods and landslides across Indonesia, Sri Lanka and Thailand have killed more than 200 people, with hundreds still missing as rescue efforts intensify. 7. Yemen's food security crisis worsens amid economic collapse. Yemen's humanitarian crisis continues to deepen, with record levels of hunger and growing dependence on remittances. 8. Gaza couple wait to welcome baby in flooded tent. A humanitarian report highlights a Gaza couple expecting a baby while living in a flooded tent during winter. Politics and international governance. 9. UN to cut 2026 budget by $577 million/workforce. The United Nations will implement sweeping structural cuts under a reform initiative, reducing its 2026 budget by $577 million and eliminating approximately 2,681 posts. 10. Hong Kong orders independent inquiry into deadly fire. Hong Kong's leader has ordered an independent investigation into a recent fire that killed at least 151 people, pledging systemic change within the construction sector. 11. Pope Leo urges peace during visit to Lebanon. Pope Leo concluded his visit to Lebanon, praying for the divine gift of peace and urging leaders to prioritize peace building. 12. Trump-backed candidate holds narrow lead in Honduras presidential race. Early results show a Trump-backed candidate maintaining a slight lead in the closely contested Honduran presidential election. Law and crime. 13. Son of El Chapo pleads guilty in U.S. drug trafficking case. The son of drug kingpin Joaquin El Chapo Guzman has pleaded guilty in a U.S. drug prosecution case. 14. Israeli settlers attack Italian and Canadian volunteers in West Bank. Reports indicate that Israeli settlers attacked and robbed Italian and Canadian aid volunteers in the West Bank. 15. Female suicide bomber targets paramilitary HQ in Pakistan. A female suicide bomber detonated herself at the entrance of a Frontier Corps headquarters in Balochistan, Pakistan, killing 6 people. Economy and technology. 16. India's sky-high fares undermine efforts to make flying accessible. High air travel costs in India are hindering efforts to make flying more accessible to the general population. 17. India mandates pre-installation of government cyber safety app on all smartphones. The Indian government has ordered manufacturers to preload a state-owned cyber safety app on all new smartphones. 18. US Commerce Chief confirms South Korea's 15% tariff rate. The US Commerce Secretary confirmed South Korea's new 15% tariff rate, retroactive to November 1st. 19. AI could worsen wealth gap between rich and poor, UN report warns. A United Nations report warns that rapid advances in artificial intelligence may significantly widen global inequality.